I've been staring at this hard drive for 3 weeks before I finally got the nerve to watch it. It's a beat up little DVR unit from a 16 camera security system, the kind you find in any low budget commercial property, recording on a loop, overwriting itself every 30 days, unless you pull the drive. I pulled it the night I left the Desert Sage Motel. I didn't watch it until now. I inherited the place from my Uncle Dale 11 months ago. 40, 2 rooms off US, 90, 3 in central Nevada, 11 of them with working AC. A vacancy sign that buzzed like a dying insect, and nothing else for 40 miles in any direction. I was 29 years old and I thought I needed a fresh start. I had no idea what was already living near that property. I ran the place alone. Uncle Dale had 2 part-time staff, but by the time the property transferred to me, they'd already moved on, and the margins were too thin to rehire anyone. My routine was the same every day: check in guests before 8 in the evening, leave a note on the office door with the emergency number for late arrivals, and spend the nights watching the security feeds on the monitor behind the front desk. Most nights I had 3 or 4 cars in the lot, mostly truckers and road trippers passing through. The desert out there is something else at night. Not peaceful, not exactly, just enormous. On the east side of the property, there was an old irrigation ditch, maybe 40 feet across, fed by a concrete cistern from the 50s. It held standing water even in August. The cottonwood trees growing along it were only real trees for miles.
The footage I'm watching right now is from 8 weeks before I left. I never saw any of this in real time. I wasn't reviewing archived recordings back then, just monitoring the live feeds and going to bed early. Camera 4 is the one pointed east toward the ditch and the cottonwood trees. The timestamp reads 2:50, 1 in the morning. Everything is quiet, grainy and flat in the night vision, the eye are washing the scene out to pale, overexposed grey. And then at the very far edge of the frame, right where the tree line begins, there's something standing there. You'd miss it on a casual glance. You have to pause the footage and study the shape of the shadows. It's tall, very tall, and it isn't moving. I went through 7 nights of footage after finding that first frame, and it was there on every single one. Same area, always between 2 and 4 in the morning, but not in exactly the same position each night. On night 2, it was maybe 10 feet closer to the property line. Night 3, closer still, not moving fast, nothing dramatic, just advancing patiently, like it was being careful not to alarm anyone. By night 6, it was standing at the far eastern edge of the parking lot itself, where the asphalt crumbles into gravel. The posture was wrong in a way I still have trouble articulating. The proportions were off. The way it stood, weight distributed strangely, the limbs slightly too long for the torso, suggested something that had learned what standing upright was supposed to look like, but hadn't quite gotten all the details right.
This was around the time I had my first real clue that something was wrong, though I didn't connect it until now. A couple in room 7, who drove a vintage Airstream trailer, checked out 2 days early. The woman told me, very politely, that something had been outside their window during the night. She said it started out sounding like an animal, then it started sounding like a person. She couldn't describe it better than that, and I chalked it up to coyotes. They're common out there, and they make sounds people don't expect. I refunded her the extra night and apologized. I didn't pull up the exterior footage for room 7's camera. I understand now why past me made that choice. Some part of me must have known there were things I wasn't ready to see. Once I started going through the archive, I pushed back as far as the drive held. 30 days of overwritten footage, cycling, across every single day. It never missed a night, and it had a pattern approach from the direction of the irrigation ditch, stop at a set point, stand motionless for hours, then return to the cottonwoods before sunrise. But starting around day 20, 2 in my count, something changed. It began lingering at the east end of the lot rather than retreating, and on the audio track, which I never turned up loud enough to hear clearly when I was actually living there, there's a sound, low and rhythmic, coming from the direction of the tree line. I've listened to it 6 times trying to identify what it is. It sounds almost like someone repeating a name.
The night everything changed was a Wednesday. I had 2 occupied rooms, a trucker in 12, and a couple passing through in 3. It was quiet enough that I'd gone to bed early, maybe 10 o'clock. I woke up at 3:15 because I heard something outside my window. Unit 1. My room faced west, the opposite side from the ditch. Whatever was out there was close. It sounded like my Uncle Dale's voice saying my name, not distorted, not muffled. Clear and patient and completely impossible, because Dale died of a heart attack 8 months before, and I had watched them lower him into the ground. I lay in the dark and I did not breathe. It said my name 3 more times, perfectly unhurried. Then it stopped, and I heard footsteps on the gravel, moving toward the front of the building. I got up. I still can't fully explain why. Adrenaline, disbelief, some stubborn part of me that needed to see it for itself. I picked up the flashlight from the nightstand and walked through to the office. Camera 1 covers the entire front face of the building, and when I watch that footage, now I can see myself in frame. This dumb, half-awake guy in a grey tee, shirt pushing open the glass door and sweeping a flashlight into the parking lot. The beam doesn't carry far. The lot is just washed out concrete under the exterior bulbs, and beyond that, darkness. I stood in the doorway and moved the light back and forth. I didn't see anything. I almost went back inside. And then I heard gravel shift, something heavy redistributing its weight from the direction of the gas pump island at the far end of the lot. Camera 1 caught it. I have watched this section of footage 11 times, and I feel sick every single time. I'm in the doorway with my back to the camera, and at the far end of the lot, just past where the exterior lights die, there is a figure. It's crouching, the way a person might crouch to fit under something low, except there is nothing low there. It is crouching in open air. It is tall even while crouching, and its head is turned toward the camera, not toward me. Toward the camera, like it knew exactly where the lens was. I watched myself sweep the flashlight across that exact spot and miss it completely, because the moment I turned in its direction, it went absolutely still. And it waited there, motionless, head fixed on the lens, for exactly as long as I was standing in that doorway. I went back inside without seeing it. In the footage you watch me lock the door and disappear out of frame. And then you watch the figure slowly rise to its full height and begin walking toward the office. It walks like it is remembering how walking is supposed to work, each step deliberate, weighted slightly wrong, the head never once leaving the camera. I was in my room pulling on boots and grabbing my keys. I thought about my guests in rooms 3 and 12. I thought about them for about 3 seconds, and then I grabbed the DVR unit off the monitor shelf and I ran. I got in my truck. I drove north on US 93 and I did not stop or look back for 90 miles. The drive kept recording for 4 more hours after I left. I sat in a motel in Ely, Nevada, watching it on my laptop at 5 in the morning with my hands shaking. The figure reached the office door and tried the handle. When it didn't open, it walked the length of the building, trying each unit door in order, room 1 through 12, methodical, unhurried. It paused longest at room 3, where the couple was sleeping. It pressed something against their window. I don't want to describe what the shape of that something looked like. The trucker in room 12 left at 4:15 for an early departure, loaded his cab without incident. never once looked toward the thing standing 15 feet away in the shadow of the ice machine. It did not move while he was in frame. It waited until his headlights cleared the lot. Then it walked back toward the cottonwood trees, and the footage was empty before first light.
I called the sheriff's department the next morning and filed a report. I said I had seen an intruder. I didn't tell them the rest because I didn't know how. They did a walkthrough and found nothing unusual. The guests in room 3 said they had a perfectly fine night, and I decided not to tell them otherwise. The Desert Sage Motel has been listed for sale for 7 months now. I've had 2 serious inquiries, and I've talked both of those people out of buying it. That probably makes me a bad businessman. I've made my peace with that. What I haven't made peace with is one specific frame of that footage. The moment the figure turned its head and looked directly into the camera lens. It didn't look at me when I was standing right there in the doorway. It looked at the camera. Whatever was out there in the Nevada desert, it understood it was being recorded. It just didn't care.